about it. Now listen to what I gotta say. Sarah!
It's trying to rape me!
Okay, so today's lesson is about Black Wall Street.
Come on out, boy!
Okay, class. Let's exit in orderly fashion. Come on.
I ain't done yet!
Okay, so today's lesson is about Black Wall Street.
Watch now on tranquilinferno.com.
tranquilinferno.com. The link for that is in the description box right now. Promo code viral10. Click viral10 into the promo code and get your 10% off. Do it now, I implore it. Dope movie, dope film, dope director. Let's get it done. Want a live interview with Viral Hip Hop News? Email me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go.
Good stuff. You know, embarking on a new year. And we got some stuff to talk about for this year. Is over with. I want to talk about Diddy because, as we know, he's been in jail for quite some time now, and they're reporting right now that he had a meltdown in jail after many failed bail attempts. They're saying that also another story in the back end came out that said that pressure now is growing for Diddy to really now cooperate if he knows anything. The source put out an article if he was able to give some viable information. Maybe possibly he can get a bail, but let's deal with the first part of the story. How do you feel about, a report coming out that said that he's having a mental meltdown now being locked up?
Hell yeah, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, right?
And anybody else. I mean, first off, I've been fortunate enough never to have my freedom taken away to that level at all, to know what that feels like, but I can only imagine being cuffed up a few times, not liking that very much. So having your freedom taken away completely after living a lavish lifestyle, millions upon millions, billions of dollars, being able to pretty much have the world as your oyster and to spend your first holidays away from all of your kids, but in particular your youngest child, which is what, 2-3 years old, it's probably it could tear the biggest person or the strongest person down. So yeah, I don't doubt for one bit or for 1 second that he's crumbling in jail. I question some of the people that love to report it and seem to kind of really bask in his glory that he's suffering and going through shit in jail. Okay, listen, yes, he did disgusting things to Cassie on that video. It was terrible. But god damn, y'all acting like he did this shit. The narrative is he did this shit across the country, trafficked women to do it, did all this stuff. And it's like, yo, I'm not saying that we need context per se, but what happened after that? Can we look at the date and see if Cassie stayed with him after that? What was the situation? Like, we don't know people's business to automatically just go ahead and run with crazy narratives, but the narratives have been run with, the damage is already done. I'm basically just running my mouth at that point because it really doesn't matter. So yeah, I could damn sure see him suffering. Now, as far as him snitching or looking for information, giving up information, my question is, what information are they looking for exactly, and on who? Are they looking on? Are we talking about an Epstein situation? Or are we talking about another rap mogul situation? Like, what information are they looking for would be my question. But what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything you said. And again, like you laid it out, somebody who's been living in a lap of luxury, had things his way when he wanted it, like he's the boss, to be now confined. I don't care how much, honey buns and oohs and noodles he has. Freedom is taken.
Word.
Once you ever get that feeling of your freedom taken, man, it's a horrible feeling. And this is a guy who, who could, his money could buy him out of anything. All these years to now, somebody telling him no. Like, nobody, you can't tell Diddy no. His ambition, the way he moved, what? I'm going to get it anyway. I'm going to go around you. I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to go whatever, above your head. Now they're saying, no, sit your ass down. So hell yeah, it's mental. Hell yeah, he's struggling. And he might be, contemplating a lot of different things. Now as far as them telling that, they want him to cooperate. They want him to give up any information. Remember, they're trying to get a conviction.
Yeah.
So even if he tell on himself, like, look, I did it. Let's work out a plea deal. Give me 10 years or something like that. This is what they want. They get the conviction. That's what they put all their resources, all their money behind taking him now. We're just kind of left in the dark because us as being the general public and us particularly being in media, we only have certain limited information that we work with. We don't have a lot of information, but those FBI and the people, the prosecutors, they got everything, and they just holding and they're waiting. And at a point in time, they're going to unroll this case, and he's going to know what type of evidence is out there against him. So he's in there for a reason, obviously. For us, we can speculate all day, but until that time comes where information starts to leak about instances and situations that he allegedly did, parties and people and things that he did, we ain't really gonna know.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm at that point with this situation where I'm like, all right, where we at with this? What do
Right.
they have?
Right.
Do they have DNA evidence? Do they have situations where people have toxicology reports where they proven that people were drugged or proven that this was going on in these situations, that young children were molested or taken advantage of in these situations? Do they have actual physical proof?
Right.
Or are they waiting for people just to form all of these hearsay and all of this evidence that they pointed fingers here or there to kind of create a storyline to Bill Cosby him? Like, it's weird, but I'm kind of like, okay, what's next? What do y'all have? Do y'all have DNA, or y'all waiting for people to come and snitch? Because what is he still sitting in there for if we still playing this game? Like, either you got something or you don't. And I don't know. I'm curious because all the headlines is he's crashing out in jail or baby oil or freak off. They coined this term freak offs if it's some type of legal activity. And freak offs is 2, 3 women, 4 women, some dudes if you like. That's freak off type shit to me. But I don't know, man.
Nah, it's getting to the point where the waters are getting very, very muddy with the situation. Because I think Andrew White explained it the best. He talked about the litmus test and people being convicted of stuff that happened 25, 30 years ago with no real evidence. Just like you've broken down. You talked about R. Kelly. You talked about Bill Cosby. You talked about others who are in, doing time or done time for somebody's story or allegation. No evidence, just somebody's story and what somebody said. I think once that starts happening, that's when it becomes dangerous because there is no due process. The system can't really work, and there is no real justice at the end of the day because you don't really know if it's true. We're we're believing because 10 people said it, it has to be true.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. 1,000 people could say it, and it could be false.
Word.
But we once you see one and you see another and another, you begin now to believe this, and it don't help the image of the black man anyway. Betrayed through the movies. And it's funny, I was looking this up the other day. I was interested. I'm like, man, Nazi Germany, what are some of the stuff that they did, man? And it was very deeply predicated upon the image and making Jewish people look like trash. They did it, in movies. They did it in the media, and in books, everything. And you can go look this up on the internet. It had Jewish people. The words they were using was like undesirable, thugs, deadbeats, things like that. It's the same thing happening now. So once you put an accusation on somebody who's undesirable, people are going to believe it and say, man, look, he's already this anyway. And they act like this a lot, so it must be true. Scary.
You made me think of even during the 10 to 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whenever a brother walking by and he didn't look at a white woman, but she said he did. And all of a sudden you got a mob of white people coming to take him, hang him, castrate him, and all kind of shit off of hearsay. And we are watching this on a AI level now, an interactive level now. You got to get your phone and somebody say he touched me, and they got the whole goddamn crew. The only difference is now is we joining hand in hand with them white folk, black folk, and castrating them right here and allowing it to happen. It's crazy. And I'm not, look, if he did it, then fry his ass.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about this for well over a year now, and I've yet to see any substantial evidence to blame him, to say he did what they blaming him from doing. Is he a woman abuser? Yeah, that one, if it's isolated or not. He abused a woman on that day. He is who he is. He got to deal with that. But all this other shit, man, I mean, what's time served for domestic?